welcome to Aix-en-Provence. And we're also going to talk about the French relationship with money. My parents just bought a house in the southeast of France in Aix-en-Provence. And living in Paris, it's just so lovely to be able to come to this place. It's so beautiful. There's so much nature compared to Paris here. So many beautiful region, like places to discover. And the house is just like so cozy. It's so nice to be here, so I think I'm gonna spend like weekends here pretty often. So I'm gonna show you a little bit, and I'll also take this opportunity to show you a meal or two maybe.
I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down. Oh, nothing feels the same without you now. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down, 'cause nothing feels the same.
Hi Mom! Hi, hello. Do you like Aix-en-Provence?
I do love it. Yeah, it's just magical.
Do you like the house?
I do, actually. It's a very nice wooden house. Yeah.
Wooden only on the inside.
Eco-friendly.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that's nice.
That I'm afraid, but we can make it go away. I hope you hear the things I say when I'm choked up next to you.
It's the end of the year. Everywhere on TV, couples and Christmas trees, gift wrapping and cheer. Just the worst time to be without someone special. In all the movies there, kissing in the snow, holding hands and mittens, baking together at home. Not like the movies when I'm walking in the snow, cold hands and mittens, eating gingerbread home alone. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, snowflakes in my hair, carols playing in the air. I dream of December nights, kissing under bright lights, red bow in my hair, sleigh bells in the air. The only thing I'm missing is you. Stockings on fireplace, but in my living room, a single one with my name, knit sweaters and lace. Dressed up alone on the couch during cold winter days. In all the movies there, kissing in the snow.
I forgot my tripod, so I have like a little setup going on here. I'm currently filming in my brother's room because that's where the good lighting is. So let me set this down, and that way we're gonna be able to talk about something, because I just had this idea that I get so many video requests, and some of them are like things that wouldn't, like, there wouldn't be enough content to last an entire video, or maybe like I don't know enough, like I wouldn't know enough about it, or I wouldn't have like that much stuff to say, or whatever the reason. So I never really get around to filming these videos. So I thought that I could incorporate some of these questions in like certain vlogs. So, you know, that would be, I think that's a pretty good idea. So the question we're going to be replying to today is, what is the French relationship to money? Because the French relationship to money is really shaped on a bunch of norms and like cultural aspects that are way different from the US. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting to kind of compare both of them. The first thing I would say is that in France, the quality of life is more valued than just wealth, like pure wealth. So I know some people are going to say, well, that's like kind of linked, but I would say that French people will really value like spending leisure time with their families, going on vacation, having time to do hobbies they actually enjoy, taking the time to like rest and relax. And you can't do that if you're constantly trying to make more money by working more, by turning everything into like a side hustle, and just trying to like make more money. And obviously this is linked to the French kind of like work-life balance that is there, thanks to laws put in place to protect employees and like the 35-hour work week and having like at least 5 weeks of paid time off every year, and your workplace just generally being okay with the fact that once you get off of work, you're at home. You don't need to be answering phone calls, you don't need to be preparing presentations, you don't need to be like replying to emails. So French people take what they get from their work, and then they would rather just enjoy their leisurely time instead of just trying to amass more and more wealth. Consumerism levels are also like way lower in France. I say this all the time, but there is this general like preference of quality over quantity. So French people like really value having higher quality items that may be made by like independent like local stores and not like high like fashion or high distribution, things like that. Not everyone, of course, but like in general more than the US. Whereas in the US it's more about like convenience. People just want things that are convenient, and so they're gonna take the like paper plates and paper cups because that's much easier. You just buy them and throw them away. You don't need to like do the dishes. Or they're gonna get the reusable, like non-reusable bags because that's easier. You just get your groceries bag, then you throw them away. And like if something doesn't fit you anymore, like clothes, you're just gonna throw it away. You're not gonna try like tailor it. Or if there's like a hole in it, again, throw it away. Don't try to fix it. So that's more the US mindset. And in France, it's more about taking care of what like you do have and not just having a ton of stuff. Yeah, so definitely there's a less consumer oriented society. Attitude towards wealth is also super different in France. There is just this general social norm that it's not like okay to have like ostentatious displays of wealth. And also I think that this really dates back from like our roots. I mean, we literally like guillotined our king, you know, like there's like this historical skepticism of wealth and people who accumulate wealth. And I would say that in France there's really this mindset that if you're really wealthy, I'm not talking like, you know, if you have normal money, if you're like really wealthy, then you must have done something bad to get that wealth. Like you must have profited off people. You don't necessarily deserve it, or like somebody gave it to you. Like it's not like in the US, it's more seen as like, oh, like they're wealthy, they are hardworking, they deserved it, like good for them. In France, it's like, what kind of like weird stuff did you do to get all this money? I'm you know, I'm not feeling this, I'm a little skeptical. And also, even if you're like normal, like moderately rich, let's say, then it's not really seen as socially acceptable to kind of like flaunt your money and to like discuss what you make. Like people never talk about their salaries, how much they make in France. It's like taboo. Like people don't talk about it, and people like even if you have money, like they don't really get like super fancy things. Like you can't really tell that much compared to like American people. Obviously, if you look at social aspects like as well, a whole society is kind of like built this way, and like French people with their like taxation system and like social security system where everybody pays for everybody else, and like also for retirement you pay for like the generation above you. This just shows the societal preference for like equity above hoarding like personal wealth and like having some people grow to like huge amounts of wealth and some people having nothing. And this also kind of like furthers this idea that your value is not solely tied to your wealth. Like there's many other things. Now when it comes to my personal views that nobody asked for, I'm gonna give anyway. I personally think that I enjoy this kind of social aspect that we have in France where we help each other out. I really like that, and I think it's beneficial. And I also like this aspect that we don't have this hustle culture where we always need to be like producing, we always need to be working more, getting more money, and just accumulating wealth. And I really like that. And I also really appreciate the like lower consumerism levels in general. We're not constantly pushed or pressured to buy new things, whether that be like by like influenced in marketing and things like that. And also in terms of like society, you're not going to get judged because you don't have the latest like technology things, or because you don't have like a bunch of clothes, or if you dress the same a lot. Like nobody cares if you don't have like an awesome car. Like nobody's gonna judge you for that. So I really like that aspect too. But one thing that does bother me is that money is like so taboo in France. Like you can't show it, like you literally can't show it. And some people are just gonna get hate just because they have like more money. If you have like a nice car, you can get it keyed just because it's a nice car, and people are like, oh, like they don't deserve that, they're rich, they're a bad person. There's also this aspect that if you're like some sort of like somebody superior, if you have people like under your control, if you're like a boss, let's say, people are automatically gonna assume that you are like a bad person, that you're rich, that you don't deserve your money. People can be very judgy as well. Like if you go on a nice vacation, or if you do nice things, get nice things, it's gonna be a little bit judgmental because you have money, and it's a little bit like icky. So I think that that's a problem. I would love it if we could find a middle ground. As usual, I think that would be really nice. So hope you enjoyed this little segment, and don't hesitate to leave questions that you have that you want me to answer, that I can answer in like vlogs like this.
'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all